What is going on, guys? Today we're talking about game sense. So I'm going to give you a brief definition of what game sense is, and then I'm going to be giving you guys some tips that you can take away to actually improve your game sense right away. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And here is the comment of the day. What is game sense? So game sense is the understanding of where the other team is or where the other team is going to be, as well as understanding where you should be on the map, and more than likely, and also where the objectives are, things like that. So let's go ahead and break that down a little bit more. We'll start with a basic level of game sense. So a basic level of game sense would be the idea of understanding where the hard points are, right? That's a level of game sense. So if you know where the hard point spots are before they're there, same thing with the domination flag. So without looking at the mini map, you can pick on every single map where each one of the domination flags is. Same thing with where the search and destroy bombs are. Getting a little bit more advanced from that, game sense would be understanding where players like to go in buildings, where the camping spots are, where you're most likely to see enemies on the map. I have a question for you guys. Out of 10, what do you think your game sense is? Would you say 1 where it's pretty low, or 10 where it's really, really high and you have a great IQ for the game? So for tip number 1, I would highly recommend you look at the little white heads where your team has died and been killed by the enemies. This is going to give you a great idea on where the enemy team is going to be. Tip number 2 to improve game sense. Tip number 2 is going to be understanding the minimap. Understanding the minimap and being able to read your minimap is going to be very, very huge as far as game sense goes. It's going to allow you to understand where the enemy team is going to be if you have a UAV, as well as even if you don't. It's going to be able to tell you where your teammates are. It's going to be able to tell you if your teammates are shooting at somebody. It's going to be able to tell you again where the enemies specifically are. Are they in a building? Versus just seeing the red dot and going, there's somebody over here. You can go, okay, you know, maybe for example, we're talking firing range. Maybe you're sitting in like right by the C flag and you know that your minimap just pinged and they're actually spawning below you. So you're going to look to your right down the tunnel to be able to see some enemies come. Things like that, which are going to give you a huge advantage. Tip number 3 is you need to pay attention to where your teammates are looking, right? Not just where they're at on the map, but using the mini map and seeing where their triangles are looking so that you have a good idea not to look in that area. Right now, again, sometimes your teammates suck. Most times your teammates suck, bro. To be honest, oh my God, I don't even want to go there, but teammates are trash. If you made it to this part in the video, also comment down below, teammates are trash, and I will be sure to heart and respond to every single person. So pay attention to where your teammates are at, so that way you guys aren't watching the same angle, and hopefully you don't get snuck up on, right? Where maybe nobody's watching to the left and everybody's to the right, and then you're watching to the right as well. Then somebody can easily come up to the left and kill your entire team. So make sure you're thinking about where your teammates are looking. And for tip number 4, this one is super important as well. You need to put yourself in the enemy's position, right? Put yourself into the enemy's shoes. This is going to be huge, right? It's going to be super, super important. If you are thinking, and I know it's very difficult, but if you can start to think even a little bit, if I was on the other team, where would I be pushing from? Right? This could be used for domination. Okay, well, I just killed 2 people on the B flag. If I was on the other team and I wasn't at the B flag, where would I probably be? And you can use that information to get the other enemies, building that game sense by a lot. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and drop a huge thumbs up for today's video.